Hello, my most amazing art students. Today we're going to be discussing this painting called Madonna and Child on a Curved Throne. This painting was painted in the 13th century, which was a very long time ago. It is now in the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., if you wanted to see it in person. A couple of things about this painting that I kind of want to talk about. If you were in class, I would ask you questions about what do you think about the mother and child in this photo? Who do you think they are? Why do you think they are of importance and are sitting on a throne? Well, this painting is a depiction of Jesus and his mother Mary, and we can tell that they have importance. First of all, they're on a throne. Second, they have these halos around their heads, and there's also some angel imagery in these side panels. Okay, there's also what is called a Greek cross behind Jesus's head here, and he's also has his fingers here in this manner where he's making the sign of the cross as they do. It's like a blessing that they give, that priests give. They hold their hands in such a way, and baby Jesus is holding his hand in this way. Not only has he used these rich colors to give importance to these figures, he also has added a lot of gold. In our last project with illuminated letters, we talked about adding gold for emphasis. And this painting is ringed in gold around their heads and added gold in these lines along the clothing that the figures are wearing. So, there are two elements of art in this painting that stand out above all the other elements. The first one is color. Color is an element of art, and the way that the artist has used this is to give the main figures bright color that draws your eye directly to them. And the other element of art that is used is line. If we zoom in, and I think if I do this, if I zoom into this painting, you will see that they didn't they didn't do a lot of shading and shadowing during this art time. Perspective was not something that was used either. So in order to show that these were the knees of Mary, the artist used lines to kind of show that, okay, there's a bend here in this leg, there's a bend at this elbow. There's some shading in the folds here, and in the darker places in between right here, but definitely used lines to show that this is flowing. We have these curved lines showing that the flow of the fabric, and then the very straight lines here, to show the architecture of the throne. These curved lines, they have a special name. They're called contour lines, that they follow the line of the body. Contour lines follow the outside of something, okay? And these flowing lines exist all over the drape of her clothing. So I'm going to zoom. Well, actually, one thing that we can talk about while we're here is why the artist chose to make this throne look like a building. Okay, this Madonna and Child, they're sitting on this throne that looks like a building. So it's kind of giving them this importance that they have this greatness, that their throne is so grand that it's building-like. And it gives them a sense of strength and importance when we look at it that way. It almost looks like a Roman Colosseum, the way that it's rounded, and again, there's not a good use of perspective here. We have these windows that are curving out, and these are straight. This was before the technique of perspective was perfected. So the last thing that we'll talk about while we're zoomed in here, and I'll even zoom in a little bit more, is this really interesting thing that artists used to do when depicting Christ, Jesus Christ. They would show him as if he was an adult. So he has this very small body, yet his face is very mature and adult-like. There's a special term for that, which I can't think of the name of right now, but you'll see a lot of this in Middle Age art from the Middle Ages. And it's because the artists and the people at the time thought, that Jesus was the Son of God, and that he was born with this knowledge that he was the Son of God, and aware of his, that this piety of his from infancy. From the time he was a little baby, he knew that he was the Son of God. So they would depict him as if he were this being that, kind of knew everything that was going on. An older person, an adult-like person in the child's body. So that's something that's really quite interesting about art from the Middle Ages. So this painting, actually it's tempera paint, which tempera paint is made with egg, which interesting thing that they used to do, and it's on a panel. And again, you can see this painting in person in the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. So this kind of goes along with our illumination unit because it's an illuminated painting, a piece of religious art, and I just wanted to kind of catch you up to speed on this one. It's part of our curriculum, and it's part of a style of art from a long time ago that people learned and grew from. So thanks for joining today. I hope you have a great day.